Welcome back to another episode of Rewind and Repeat. As always, I'm your host, Cody Tucker. Today, I'm joined by my two trusty co-hosts, Tyler, say hello.
Hello.
And little Blaine, say hello.
Hi.
All right, perfect. That pretty much sums that up. Anything y'all would like to add to your intro? Anything I could do to make y'all feel more comfortable? Should I introduce you by height and weight, like it's an NBA game? What college you went to?
King of the movies. I don't know. There's a couple of titles you could put in there.
Do y'all want nicknames? Should we do nicknames?
Yeah, like adolescent baby boy, or like
we should do Harlem Globetrotter nicknames or something.
I like that.
Blaine's would be
Sweet Knees. Blaine Sweet Knees Peevler.
Sweet knees.
Sweet Knees.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So today we are talking about, boy, what a magical film this is.
Magical.
St. Elmo's Fire, released on June 28th, 1985. That is 16 years, 2 months, 14 days away from 9/11.
Jesus Christ. I thought we were kidding.
I love that fact.
We are not kidding. That is
Okay.
That's happening
Every movie.
every
Gotcha.
time.
Let's go.
Well, it needs to be put.
I need to write that down every time, so
Yes,
I have it on facts.
A timeline needs to be established, and
Gotcha.
the best.
Understood.
I mean, the turning
This
point in
podcast
American
timeline
history.
is to September 11th at what time in the morning?
9:29 or something like that. I think it was a Tuesday, I believe. Clear skies. Somewhere George H.W. Bush was in a smoke-filled room.
What was the message that he was
the head
handed?
of the Bin Laden family. Michael Moore sitting down with a pen and paper.
Robert
taking
Pattinson
notes.
sitting in the window at the end, just staring, looking at the plane.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good pull. But anyway, so that is where how we'll establish movies on the timeline from now on. So we're 16 years, 2 months, 14 days away from 9/11, a day that will live in infamy. Budget of St. Elmo's Fire.
Yes.
Did $10 million, gross $37.8 million.
There you go.
Pretty decent. Pretty
Successful.
good. About as much as you could hope for from something like this. Directed by Joel Schumacher, written by Joel Schumacher and Carl Kurtlander. Blaine, Tyler, thoughts on Joel Schumacher? How much you know about him? Tyler, a favorite Schumacher movie? Anything like that?
I think he likes teens. How old was he when he was directing these movies?
Look, Joel Schumacher. Well, they're not supposed to be teens in this, Blaine. I mean, they're graduating college.
They're graduating college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teenagers don't graduate college.
So, Joel Schumacher, one of my favorite Joel Schumacher movies. We just actually got done having a conversation about right before we started recording. Lost Boys. One of my favorite Joel Schumacher movies. A couple of things about Joel Schumacher. He has the two worst Batman movies.
I would argue no, but sure.
Okay.
I think Batman Forever.
Yeah.
I put it pretty much right at the top behind Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Frost?
No, it's Mr. Freeze.
That's Batman Forever.
It is Batman and Robin.
DC.
Batman and Robin. Batman Forever is Jim Carrey. It's Tommy Lee Jones.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer as Batman. That is
the
correct.
greatest Batman.
So he did two different Batmans.
He did two Batman movies, each with separate actors. He did Val Kilmer Batman, and then followed up in 1998 with George Clooney Batman.
Yep.
Batman Forever, also arguably one. We talked about this last week. Arguably one of the. I mean, we didn't mention this movie, but we talked about soundtracks with Almost Famous. That actually is one that I shouldn't have forgotten, because Batman Forever has one of the great soundtracks of all
Banger.
time. Kiss
Banger.
from a Rose.
Yeah.
Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. But you too. Great.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah.
And then he has the John Grisham, like he starts the whole John Grisham era. I don't know if he started it, but he definitely has two of the most successful John Grisham turns with The Client and A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill, and Samuel L. Jackson in Time to Kill has like he's playing at a completely different level the entire film. Incredible.
Yeah, I forgot that's Joel Schumacher.
And then
what a wide range of
range
versus amazing movies.
One of my favorite movies ever, which is 8mm. Nick Cage,
That's coming up. Don't worry.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
Yeah,
absolutely cannot
Blaine,
wait.
Blaine, you might want to go buy a hat.
Buckle in.
A hat?
Yeah, this is. Well, actually, you might want to find just whatever leather you can find to wear.
There you go.
Maybe stick something in your mouth. I don't know. Do something to really get.
I got a whole suit in my closet. It's awesome.
Yeah,
so.
put Vaseline on your fingertips. I don't know what you need. You need to figure out something, Blaine, but it's going to get wild.
Anyway, 8mm is my favorite, one of my favorite movies, and hands down, it's my favorite Joel Schumacher movie. I mean, look, if we're talking about rewatchable movies, The Lost Boys I've seen 1,400 times. I mean, it's easily, it's one of the like my feel good movies. If I want to go back to Corey Feldman, before Corey Feldman was an insane person, or maybe he was insane at that particular point in time as well. Corey Haim, and like there's a lot of really good feel good stuff from Lost Boys that I really enjoy. Such a wide array of films that he's made.
And then St. Elmo's Fire is in there, which this is the first movie. This is the first like directing.
It's the first big movie that he did. That's correct.
Right. So past that, let's go to cast. We got a stacked who's who and who was of the 1980s. Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is Billy Hicks, won a Razzie. So pretty much Rob Lowe's second big movie after The Outsiders. Yeah, he ends up winning a Razzie, which is amazing. I mean, we shouldn't give a
round. The Razzies existed back then.
Isn't that like a bad award?
Like, what'd you ask, Tyler?
The Razzies existed.
Yeah, they.
How long? I wasn't aware of that.
I think Razzies was early 80s. I think this would have been pretty early into the Razzies. And yes, Blaine, Razzies is it's the anti-Oscars basically.
That's correct.
Or opposite Oscars.
Yeah.
It's giving the worst actor, worst picture. Pretty much it's just what can we give an award to Sylvester Stallone for every year. That's what the Razzies is. Or Daryl Hannah. I mean, they really were sweeping the 80s.
Sandra Bullock's got a couple.
Sandra Bullock has a couple.
Yeah.
I believe Halle Berry's got some. I mean, they've given some to some kids before, which is like, good Lord. That's a rough.
That's just fucking mean.
Stuck, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we got Andrew McCarthy as Kevin, Demi Moore as Jules, Judd Nelson as Alec, Mare Winningham as Wendy. Also stars Andy McDowell, who Blaine you will know as being the mother of Margaret Qualley, Martin Balsam, and Blake Clark. Blaine, I don't know if you recognize him, but Blake Clark, the guy running St. Elmo's, is the Cajun fellow from Waterboy that you can't understand. Yes. So I mean, it's a pretty fucking stacked cast.
Yep.
And before we, get into kind of what we think of the movie, just some original casting that I could find. Kind of hard to find. They actually pretty much got everybody they wanted, but there were some. Robert Downey Jr. apparently was the original choice to play Billy before Rob Lowe.
Yes.
Pretty good pick. The role of Jules, before Demi Moore got it, it was offered to Joan Cusack, which would have been horrible. Tatum O'Neal, which would have been phenomenal, and Jodie Foster, which would have been horrible.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think Jodie Foster pulls this off. I don't think Joan Cusack does.
No.
Tatum O'Neal definitely does. This is basically Tatum O'Neal would not have had to do a lot of acting.
No, and
to play a cokehead in the 80s.
Come to find out, Demi didn't either.
No.
Yeah.
So we can just go ahead and get into that too. Demi Moore was forced by Joel Schumacher
to
go to rehab for about 15 days during filming because she just couldn't stop snorting coke.
Was it real coke on set that they're filming that whole time?
No. That's usually a myth.
She was going through an 8-ball every 2 days.
Yeah, an 8-ball every 2 days.
Guys. Yeah. She was just trying to do it for real. You could tell.
Well, it is method acting, except I think she was preparing for a while. So
yeah.
And then apparently C. Thomas Howell auditioned for the role of Kirby.
Great. Yes.
So
yeah.
I think they pretty much nailed it with the casting as far as any of that goes. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and taters of it. Blaine, you have never seen this movie.
Not once.
This is your first exposure to St. Elmo's Fire.
Yes, it was.
What do you think of this movie?
Well, of course, at first I kept questioning what the fuck was the title. Like, what
Oh,
does
You've
this
never
have
heard of
to?
St. Elmo's Fire? You
No,
never heard of that as a thing? Like, not like the movie,
not like a
but
metaphor or anything.
Most humans haven't.
oh, okay.
I did like
Most humans
eventually
are not
grasp
history
it.
majors.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Right. But no, I didn't learn it in school or anything. So that
Right.
was what I was confused about. I had no clue what the movie was going to be about.
Yeah.
But yes, going into it, it's I swear I had seen the entire movie, but in a show before, and I kept trying to think in my head what it was, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen Friends, I've seen
Yep.
How I Met Your Mother,
That is
I've
correct.
seen like probably 8 other shows that took every single thing from this movie and just spread it out."
That is
Well,
correct.
that this movie took from another
The
movie.
Breakfast Club, right?
No.
Well,
Well,
no.
no. So Breakfast Club
that's
actor
different.
wise,
After?
Yeah.
the movie that Breakfast Club came out before, but
Okay.
this
Same
is
year,
not.
actually. 8 months
Yeah,
prior.
but yeah, same year.
Yeah.
No, this movie
They
is
ripped off a
basically
movie that
No, they didn't rip it
comes out
off.
before.
Go ahead.
Okay.
no. This movie is a ripoff of The Big Chill.
Correct.
Like,
Big Chill.
Yeah, The Big Chill, which we are 100% doing as well.
Okay.
This movie is a very, very
Like a
shallow ripoff.
beat for beat remake.
It's
Yeah.
weirdly similar to
Yeah.
The Big Chill.
So
That is
Joel
correct.
and what's his face didn't really write anything.
Joel
he did.
Schumacher isn't. I'll just go and say Joel Schumacher is not the most talented human being on the planet.
Okay.
No.
He has made a lot of good movies,
Yep.
but I don't know how
Successful
much
director.
that. I don't know how
Yeah.
much of that is Joel Schumacher's
Right.
gift of.
It's just his vision.
Director. Yeah, and seeing something that's good and saying, I'll do that.
Yep.
That's kind of that's sort
That
of Joel
makes sense.
Schumacher's career.
He has
in a
definitely
nutshell.
put himself into the position to be successful.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Blaine.
Yeah, I've never seen it before, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was my initial thought. I was like, I've seen this a million times, just in other formats and TV shows. Just initial thoughts, though, I did like the movie. It's another one of those, teenage. You can kind of relate to one of the characters in one of the ways. You'll pick one of them to relate to in some way.
Mayor
and then follow
Winningham.
them. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it was a good movie. I'll talk more about like how I rate it
Okay.
later.
Good. All right. And Tyler, I believe you said that you haven't seen this movie in what, a decade at least?
At least a decade.
Okay.
So I'd seen it, I mean, previously, I don't know, several times. I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
At different points in my life, but it's been at least a decade since the last time that I'd seen it. The thing that I really drew from this viewing is how unlikable all of the characters are.
Every single one of them.
I was actually in research and stuff like that, and I'm looking online, and I found a really fun comment that I wanted to read, which is Joel Schumacher said at one point in time that one of the execs that he pitched this film to, they said, "You've written 7 of the worst people I've ever read about." And I could not agree with him more.
It's amazing how it's been a long time since I've seen this movie as well, maybe about a decade too, but I remember this is another one kind of like last week with Almost Famous, where I watched God, who knows how many times throughout my teenage years, thinking that this is what college was going to be like. And this is what it's going to be like after I get out of college and blah, blah, blah. And, I thought Billy was cool as fuck. And I wanted to be like Rob Lowe. Well, I tell you what, going back and watching this,
you wanted to have a kid, right? When you graduated college?
That slipped my mind completely that he had a kid in this movie. I was flabbergasted. I thought I was watching like a director's cut or something. I was like, when did he have a kid in this movie? Don't remember him having a kid or a wife. I just remember him looking fucking awesome and wailing on the sax.
His fucking
that is all I remember. And let's just go and get it out of the way. Rob Lowe might be the most handsome human being to
ever. That is correct.
I mean, he's given Demi Moore a run for her money.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
It is like it's
I mean, look,
staggering.
even
Almost.
still
Yeah, well,
today.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Rob
yeah,
Lowe.
but it's
I
just
wouldn't
like,
kick him out of
yeah,
cracker.
you watch this.
Bed for eating crackers.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You watch this and you're like, oh, yeah, no wonder Corey Haim had a poster of him in his bedroom in Lost Boys, which is weird, but also, it makes
He was
sense.
cool.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe's just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But not that cool in this. And I realized that later on. As I'm watching it now, I'm like,
he's
wow,
a loser.
He's
a loser.
Piece
He's
of
a fucking loser.
He's a deadbeat.
The whole
he's
a deadbeat loser.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's a horrible character.
He is a great saxophone player.
You know what?
He's a great mime,
which leads
saxophone playing.
Can we talk about the saxophone for a minute?
Yeah,
can we talk about that?
Let's just go ahead and go into saxophone.
So,
yeah.
There's two saxophone things that I really want to be able to point out, and one of them is he says he learned to play saxophone for this role, and what it was
that's my question.
had taught himself how to play the saxophone part. However, during a part whenever he's playing the saxophone, he does a thing where he's on stage and there's the girl in front of him and he's like headbanging over the top of him, and then takes the mouthpiece out and then is still playing the saxophone. So not
that's how
so
good
great.
He is.
That's
yeah.
Never mind. I retract my statement.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And secondly, can we just have a sax off real quick? So
I already know where you're going with this.
I do too.
And I already have my answer, and I think Blaine does as well.
2 movies in a row. So from 85 to 87, he makes 2 independent movies. Joel Schumacher makes 2 completely different movies, and both of them heavy on the
yellow
sax.
shirt.
So, so who wins? Is it Lost
Capella.
Boys? Or
it's Tim Capella without question. I mean, Rob Lowe, is all
performance.
Right.
Rob Lowe,
he
really song and the way it sounds, and if I could just listen to it over and over again.
No, dude, I went and I played both of them back to back earlier, and let me tell you something. In the Lost Boys, that dude's getting it. He is. Getting it, dude, and he's actually playing the saxophone.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, that makes it better.
Yes, I think that the character
was Tina Turner, saxophone player.
Yeah, I think that the character that Rob Lowe is playing, I think Billy, that whole saxophone idea is based entirely on that character.
That would make
nothing
sense.
to confirm any of that. It's just it was my entire thought process in watching that. But yeah, Joel Schumacher, strange fascination.
Do you think Joel likes sax?
Oh, of course
he likes his sax.
He's a sax addict.
Yeah, I think he's a sax addict.
The opening line of Billy after playing the saxophone in the back of the ambulance is hey, and he's like, just be careful with my sax. I practice safe sax.
No, he says, do you believe? Ask the nurse, do you believe in premarital sax?
Premarital sax. Yeah,
it was such a major part of the film too. He had to pawn it.
What a joke!
Then he had to get it back. It was given to him as a gift, which makes him fall in love. It's such a big part. Joel likes sax. He might love sax.
Yeah.
Do you think he has sax at home?
He probably has a lot of sax at home.
A collection of saxophones at the house. Is that what you're asking?
It just has
maybe 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, boy. Yeah, I mean, Rob Lowe sucks though. His character's
his character's awful.
But I'm glad that it's in there. It's one of the things 100%. That going back and watching it that I like the most about it is that this is the most realistic version of what that character is in any movie. Because you got Dazed and Confused, you got Wooderson, who is hanging out with high school kids and is like that guy. But Wooderson's cool. Wooderson's cool as hell in that whole movie. That guy in real life is not cool.
Not cool.
That guy in real life is a fucking loser. And I'm not saying like Rob Lowe has that. It's just that thing where the person who is a piece of shit, their life starts falling apart very quickly. Yep. College, they can handle it because they're just, you have no responsibilities.
Popularity.
You can just coast, and it's just, it's a popularity contest. He's in a frat, all this shit. You can get by through college. But the second you leave and you're out in the real world, that act, that's not cool anymore. And this movie actually does a very good job at putting that on the forefront of like, this guy's life does not work out.
And, you don't know that though, because look,
well, I know, but
we'll get into this later on. Sequel and cinematic universe part.
God.
But if we got a sequel to this, you don't think that big badass Billy Hicks is going to New York to be the most successful saxophone player in history? Come on now.
Yeah, that motherfucker, guys, the bus broke down before it got out of town. He had to get off the bus, go ask to sleep at her house again, and he never left town.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
He's trying to see his baby every weekend, which he doesn't take care of.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that, Blaine. I think he thinks he's going to be the next Clarence Clemens, and he ends up. I think. Have either of you seen Less Than Zero?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
Blaine, that's a no from you, I'm sure, right? Yeah. So how Robert Downey Jr.'s character ends up, that's how Billy ends up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So Blaine, you might want to. That's probably not going to be a movie we do,
but on the list.
Oh,
it's kind of a one and done. Yeah, it's a one and done movie for sure. But you might want to watch Less Than Zero. That's pretty much what happens to Billy Hicks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Imagine. So this movie basically is the culmination of what is in 1980s referred to as the Brat Pack. So the Brat Pack is just this group of actors who end up being in a lot of the same, teen-centered movies, and they get labeled by this writer. I can't remember what paper was it. Do you remember, Blaine?
Oh, I do not know.
I can't remember the good journalist, but he's, following them all around and talking about it. And he refers to them as the Brat Pack, and it sticks with them all. And they all get labels being part of this Brat Pack. Most of them take it in stride because it's, who gives a fuck? One of them does not. And he, a couple of years ago, decides to make a documentary about his time in the Brat Pack. And yeah,
I did read that one other person didn't like Emilio made some comments on an interview, I guess when he was younger, about how it was just it ruined his career.
Emilio ruined his career.
Right.
This label did not ruin it. He was in Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Good for him. He did Free Jack, which is one of the worst movies ever made.
Jack.
And he
with
did
Mick Jagger.
Yeah, and he did Maximum Overdrive.
Loved it. One of my favorites.
But also one of the worst movies ever made. Like
written and directed by Stephen King.
Yeah, and it lends its name to one of the categories in this podcast. Yes. So I do have to give it some credit there. But
yeah, back to the Brats.
But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so watching it, like, after I finished it, my first thoughts were, damn, I understand why Judd didn't answer. Until the last second. And why he faked saying, "Oh, hey Judd," whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he really, really did not like the fact that he never got fame and fortune, and he's trying so hard to relive these memories and get these other people to tell him and reassure him that he was the one and that this was great and all of those times were fine and that the Brat Pack didn't ruin everything and that label didn't cause all of this trauma for them. But here we are. And maybe two of them got out of it, Demi and Rob, maybe.
Yeah, Emilio is done fine.
Emilio's done fine, dude.
Yeah, he looked wealthy in his house.
Dude, Ali
he's doing
Sheedy,
good. Ali Sheedy didn't do that well.
Yeah, I've never heard of her.
Look at her.
She was in Breakfast Club and War Games. That's about
it. So if we're talking about are we talking critical success or are we talking financial success? Because those are two completely different things.
Yeah. Where are they listed on IMDb's top 100
she had Oscar nominations. I mean, Judd Nelson, after he has Breakfast Club and this movie in the same year. I mean, he has had success in. He's been on what's that fucking TV show that he's been on for the last I don't know 10 years or whatever it is. Look up his
Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah, that's it. No, I have no idea. But dude, from New Jack City, Airheads,
Airheads is not a.
I mean, hell, the only thing I know Rob Lowe just off the top of my head from was the West Wing, because we talked about that a little bit and some other stuff. But
Wayne's World,
Judd Nelson, I haven't seen. I think I looked up and I saw him in Clerks.
No, he's not in Clerks.
or something.
No, he's not in Clerks. He was. I mean, Blaine. I'm kind of on your side on this. Judd Nelson has not had a career after this.
Is it the Brat Pack? Is it the label?
No, he's just Judd Nelson.
I think that's
became
100% what it is.
No, Judd Nelson became known for being a massive prick to anyone that he was working with, taking
story.
himself way too seriously and just being a complete douche. And if you're talented enough, you can do it. Because
he was the next
whatever.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he has that kind of mentality. Like, Val Kilmer was known for the same thing of being an asshole, to some people. Not everybody believed that about him, but to a lot of people, they're like, oh, God, Val Kilmer is very difficult to deal with. But Val Kilmer's pretty fucking talented. Judd Nelson is not that talented. I do think he is good in this. I think I'll just go and say it. He's the best actor in this movie, I think. Like,
okay,
just in this movie, like not overall. But I think his acting in this movie is pretty fucking great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had the career that he probably deserved to have. I think they all did. They all had the careers that they were meant to have. Andrew McCarthy was not meant to be the next fucking Woody Allen / Sean Penn. Like
Andrew McCarthy, though, I mean, he had a really, really strong start.
I thought his acting was really good in this movie. I just didn't like the fact that he took that documentary and made it the way he was, and the way he talked about it, and like introduced himself to people, and like just I don't know, maybe the editing made it look like that, but
no, it's woe is me.
Yeah,
right. I didn't have the career I wanted, and it's all this.
That is all I gathered. Yep.
I think it's a lot of nostalgia, and I think that's probably like the reason why a lot of people talk about St. Elmo's Fire like it's a good movie. And look, not to like skip all the way to the end, but like St. Elmo's Fire, as a movie itself, if I was just watching it for the very first time today, I mean, it's unlikable characters. It's just not a great movie. Okay. From the sake of nostalgia, like last year was like the 40th anniversary of this movie, and it is whenever you look at through the lens of nostalgia, it's the 80s, and like, oh man, things were different in the 80s, and a lot of people remember this movie being different than what it actually is. And I think that you've already even said a part of that as well, where you're like, oh fuck, Billy had a kid. yeah. It's unlikable characters in a situation where they had just finished college and were unsure of who they were in life and made really, really piss poor decisions. They're not very good people at this particular point in time.
Yeah. What? How old were you when this came out, Tyler?
Oh, I was
50.
So
did you relate more to Martin Balsam or
11? I was
okay.
I was 9. I was 9 when this movie.
9/11.
No. There we go.
There you go.
It all comes back to 9/11.
Yeah. Circle it back.
Okay, so you wouldn't have seen this when it came out then.
No, definitely not when it came out, but like as a teenager, I saw it. It was one of those things, was like it was on HBO or it was on something that we had at some point in time, and I'm certain that we had a VHS copy or something like that, just roaming around the house.
And you probably had a huge crush on Mayor Winningham.
Listen, man, you like, we can sit here and talk about careers all day long. Mayor Winningham, of all of the people that are in this movie, like, she has worked successfully for years. The last thing that I saw her in, so the last thing that I saw her in was The Outside. It was called The Outsider, which is a Stephen King book.
With Jason Bateman, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that show's great. Who was she in that?
She's the wife of she's the cop's wife. That is Mayor Winningham. Okay, dude, okay. I went back when I very first watched that, I'm like, fuck, dude, I know her from somewhere. And then I'm pausing it and I'm going out and I'm looking it up and I'm like, oh shit, that's Mayor Winningham. And like, she's been a successful songwriter. She's been a successful working actress. She has like over 100. She's 147 things on her IMDb right now. And she has been a working actress for the last, since late 70s, early 80s. So like of everybody, of course, Demi Moore,
I mean, playing in the Canadian Football League still makes you a professional football player, but does it make you a football star?
No, we're not talking about stardom. We're talking about
make sure that we
a
are
career.
recognizing there is a giant difference between just popping up on an episode of Law and Order.
There's a guy that has like 500 IMDb credits or something like that, and you couldn't tell me his name.
There's a homeless guy named Radio something who has been in like 600 movies.
You're right.
I don't, he's not getting reservations at the Four Seasons.
Point made. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mayor Whittingham.
But also Mayor Whittingham, a little fun fact. She went to high school with Kevin Spacey and Val Kilmer.
Actually, that's in my list.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Was Kevin the one that he was okay? He didn't actually do all that stuff?
Blaine, we can't be getting into this. I know.
Listen, we try so hard to make Blaine. We try so hard to not make Blaine an unlikable character, and then he just pushes his way back into that corner.
Blaine, you were turning into
about Bruce Willis.
Blaine, well, the Bruce Willis thing, you got to cut that out. You were turning you're going from Billy to Kirby real quick.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that. So let's go through like the cliff notes of it and break down, scene by scene, and So beginning of the movie, start out, we're introduced to the characters. Billy has gotten into a wreck with Wendy. Billy played by Rob Lowe, Wendy played by Mayor Cunningham. We pretty much find out from the beginning that Billy's a fucking asshole because he's drinking and driving and wrecks the car. Mayor Whittingham hasn't been drinking, yet she's not driving. So what does that tell you? Billy's her own car. So Billy's a piece of shit. Mayor Whittingham, doesn't have any fucking gumption. We get that established. Immediately, in the hospital, Kirby sees a doctor named Dale Bieberman.
Dale is
Dale.
Hot. I love Dale.
Blaine. Should we get into this?
I'm in love with Dale. Like, I might be in love with Dale. I looked up what movie she's been in since. I was trying to find credits.
Dude, Andy McDowell. God. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad there's a separation on the screen right now between us because let me tell you something.
Andy, crazy.
Kirby treats Dale Bieberman like she's fucking Helen of Troy. Meanwhile, Andy McDowell is like mediocre at best.
You have to understand Kerbo might have a slight stalker tendency to him.
Okay, well,
we're going just because they had some positive music in the background doesn't mean these things that they're doing is good.
Right.
One of the awful people. Go ahead.
Yes, we'll be getting into that. So there's that. It is nice to see smoking in a hospital. I was
everywhere.
Everywhere.
It is
everywhere.
In the kitchen.
Dude, bathrooms.
Dashes
when Andrew McCarthy follows Demi Moore into her apartment and he's smoking walking in, and they sit down on the couch and he's smoking again, and his cigarette is longer. So he has definitely lit another cigarette between the time that he walked in until the time that he sat down on the couch. What the fuck?
Light another one, sit down. Start reading.
Welfare office, people smoking. I mean,
everybody's smoking.
Every restaurant, everything. But it
was the 80s.
It's great to see.
Right next to the baby.
That is when this country was what it was meant to be.
Oh, when everybody smelled awful.
Milk. Yes. Well, you say awful. I say they just smell like America. And that's
when you wake up, do you smell yourself and go, America?
No, sometimes it's kind of it washes off during the night somehow. So I do like to, first thing in the morning, get the smell back on me.
Are you a menthol guy?
Go.
No, Blaine.
Come on.
What the fuck kind of question is that?
I don't fucking know.
So anyway, so we get that smoking in the hospital. Great moment. Makes you feel good about yourself. Then we end up at St. Elmo's. Judd Nelson. We're introduced to Judd Nelson a little bit more, and you're like, holy shit, that's Bender. But it isn't. It's a whole different. This is like weird Twilight Zone Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he is the anti-Bender.
He is the anti-Bender, but he does get Rob Lowe a swirly, which is Bender behavior. Meanwhile, Rob Lowe does walk around St. Elmo's head drenched in piss. Just like nothing happened.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Wet is in.
The wet look is in. Yep.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
You know that toilet was just filled with this. I mean,
are you not beating the shit out of someone if they put your head in a toilet as a grown
Billy
adult?
isn't beating the shit out of anybody.
No, Billy doesn't have that in him. Judd Nelson does. Judd Nelson can 100%. Yeah. Like Judd Nelson is about it in this movie, whether he's Republican or not. Actually, that might be the Republican in him coming out.
100%. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So then, and at this point, the theme song kicks in, which we have to take a second to just break down. Is this the greatest theme song? No. 80s movie theme song?
No, of course not.
This is my third 80s movie.
Yeah, Blaine, you might want to.
It's the best so far.
Well, Blaine, what about Breakfast? I mean, I would say.
Breakfast Club is good, but I love saxophone. We've already been over this.
Yeah. No, that's fair. So, Tyler, what are you saying is better than this 80s theme song?
Like Top Gun.
Wait, what do you consider the theme song? Danger Zone?
Danger Zone. Yeah, of course.
This is better than Danger Zone.
Danger Zone?
Okay. This is so much better than Danger Zone.
Okay.
Come on. Look, I mean, I love Kenny Loggins as much as the next middle-aged man.
I'm not gonna argue. I mean, like, this is it's a certifiable banger. Like the score of the movie, incredibly well done. Yeah. And just the St. Elmo's Fire track, which you cannot, if you just type in St. Elmo's Fire on Google, it's going to take you to the song before it takes you to the film. Yeah. So
the song is much better than the movie.
Oh,
that is 100% sure. There are a few of those.
I agree.
Free Willy is one. Will You Be There by Michael Jackson, way better than the movie Free Willy. I Believe I Can Fly, Free R. Kelly, better than Space
Free
Jam.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the music video, I assume?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did all of the actors just look like they hated every second of being there, listening to them sing to them?
It's awkward.
Yes. Like he sat down awkward. And he would be like, and then
it's awkward. It's very awkward. The same thing happens in the Goonies, except they are kind of enjoying it because they're kids. Mm. Yeah, I mean, really, the only movie that I could say maybe has a better theme song is like Rocky IV.
Rocky III, Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger sucks ass too. I hate that song. I mean, to each their own, but
Ghostbusters.
I think Burning Heart. Ghostbusters. Come on, man. That's a ripoff of Huey Lewis.
Technically, so Take My Breath Away is considered to be the Top Gun theme song.
It's the love theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe like You're the Best, Karate Kid can be.
Okay.
I'd put that in there.
When did Armageddon come out? 90s?
1998. So no, Blaine. I don't want to miss a thing. Is not in the conversation, but it is a good song. So
I just had to include my side,
that soundtrack in there.
Yeah. No, great. Sure.
Yeah,
great. So we get theme song. Theme song comes in. Then we get to Alec and Leslie's apartment. I do not like how this apartment looks. Too white.
No, it's awful.
It looks like a
How did they afford that?
Blaine, there's a lot of questions with that with any older movie or TV show. It really lets you know that our generation got completely fucked by his generation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
fuck ass.
Yeah, because they were able to afford this crazy. I mean, that insane apartment in Washington D.C. or D.C. adjacent.
Everybody got that, cost a stack of nickels. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and well, I mean, he's doing it working for a senator, which I'm sure is paying decent, but good lord. And I guess it's implied that she's like a architect, maybe, because she has that drafting board and everything like an architect would have.
That makes sense.
So they got money, but they're right out of college. You don't get that
right out of college. Right. College graduates.
4 months after, I think.
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. So we get to their apartment. Then we go to Kevin's apartment. Now that looks a little bit more like it.
Yep.
That's a struggling writer's apartment. Kirby lives with them, which makes sense. Their storylines are a little bit more realistic as far as, Kirby's working at a goddamn restaurant while he's trying to work his way through law school. until he switches to medical school, which we'll get into that.
And then he becomes a assistant to Kim So.
Yes,
Kim
yes. Yeah.
And
then we go to Jules's apartment.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
we go through the 3 apartments. Each apartment definitely fits each person. It's like a Best in Show with dogs, like how the dogs fit the owners. The apartments fit the owners perfectly in this. So we go to Jules' apartment. Kevin is there, and we're introduced to gay Ron, who we, are, if you don't know that he's gay, they make sure to really drive the point home by having him come out holding
drink in hand,
the gayest looking drink you have ever
Umbrella.
seen.
The gayest drink you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. Umbrella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Umbrella in the drink. No one in their right mind is sitting at home, gay, straight, doesn't matter what spectrum, where you're on the sexuality spectrum. You're not making that kind of drink sitting at home by yourself. No.
Ron did.
That's all I do.
Well, you have
sip
to
on
know
whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
If Tyler pulls
Lots
up
of
a
blue
drink with an umbrella right now.
Yeah, Tyler, you really should have gotten into character and made one of those drinks and just had that coming up.
And then just stand there, just all weird.
Yeah. So Ron could not possibly be straight because look at the drink he's holding. So
that is correct.
So now we got that chunk. Anything y'all want to add to that chunk of time? Basically, I'll just call that the apartment chapter.
No.
I did like Jules's apartment. It kind of made me question the money thing again. Like, where she said she ends up talking about it. She goes, I put everything on credit cards. I was like,
the giant fucking Billy Idol on the wall with the neon earring and the neon blue swoop in the hair.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. It literally doesn't get any better than that.
No, that's about the most 80s looking girl, female apartment I've ever seen. Like a giant floor to ceiling mural of a Billy Idol, who at this point had only been around for what, 2 years?
Yeah, dude,
good Lord. I think 83
strong.
is when like Rebel Yell and all that came out. So she
wasn't
listening.
Ron helped her decorate, guys.
Yeah, Ron was definitely involved in that.
Is Billy Idol the hottest guy of the 80s?
I mean, there's an argument to be made. There's an argument to be made. Yeah. David Bowie, maybe
in the 80s.
Yeah,
David Bowie looked like Tilda Swinton in the 80s. Yeah, Mick Jagger didn't look much better. I mean, good Lord, Mick Jagger looked like Karen Carpenter in the 80s. So I'm going Billy Idol, but Rob Lowe actually is pretty high up there too. Like if I was going to do a Rushmore for hot 80s guys, Billy Idol and Rob Lowe. Up there. But yeah, good Lord. So then now we go. Kevin goes to Alec and Leslie's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Alec's been cheating on Leslie. Andrew McCarthy loves this news for reasons that we'll find out later. So he's talking to Alec.
There's no way that this is the first time though.
No. He knows. I mean, because he tells him like, you got to stop doing this. Judd Nelson, but the leggy blonde got him. What can you do?
Of course.
And also Ali Sheed. Look, I'll be honest. I hate to just sit around here and just judge people by how they look, because
because
who is surprised that Judd Nelson is becoming a Republican when goddamn Ali Sheedy's dressed like Nancy Reagan the entire movie? Yep. Like, I'm probably stepping out a few times,
Yeah.
Like you gotta do a little something. You got Jules hanging out with you, and like how you gonna shoot with that?
Buried him.
Jules is just, she's in a category all on her own.
Oh,
absolutely.
Dude, you have Wendy.
Yeah, let's talk about that too. Yeah,
you have Wendy, who is she's a virgin. She is a
she's a mare.
She seems like she should, she wears ankle length skirts everywhere that she goes.
She's dressed like Carrie.
She was a 12-year-old in a 20-year-old's body.
That is,
I would say not 20-year-olds. I'd say she kind of looks like their mom through most.
35, really? Yeah, write that on here. Why does she look so old but so young?
Yeah, and
it is old.
45 playing 18 is my exact note.
Okay.
45 playing 18.
Yeah.
And then Leslie's like a half step up from what Wendy is, in the way that she, like, her appearance, but she's a lot more cultured. She's a better overall human being. And then Jules, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like it is like she's like 30 steps up from where everybody else is playing.
Demi Moore is shot.
Oh, and a horror.
Which, hey, I mean, this is the best of both worlds. Demi Moore is shot out of a goddamn cannon in this movie. I mean, this is Demi Moore's first movie, isn't it? Or first big movie. I mean, what was she on General Hospital probably before
General
this?
Hospital. She did 3 years on General Hospital.
Okay, yeah. So not massively known.
No.
But yeah, so she does this. I mean, we just gotta take a second to just say thank you to Demi Moore for existing.
No shit.
Good Lord.
Even till right now.
Listen,
every moment,
Jesus.
every scene, every time I've seen her face, I say thank you.
This is, we talked about Rob Lowe being, about as hot as it gets male wise.
Rob Lowe or Demi Moore.
Demi Moore is top tier 80s hot. I mean, really, you could make the argument for all time. She's a Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah.
Qualifier.
Absolutely.
Not Molly Ringwald.
No,
dude. And look, even Molly Ringwald is she has a different look. She has a different look. She has a different feel to like everything that she's doing.
Mare Winningham.
It's closer to that. Yeah.
Is playing on a completely different level than anybody else. It's incredible. It really is.
I'm going who is in the league in Demi Moore's league in the 80s?
Shit.
So who we got? We got like what? Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't much, not a whole lot. Jennifer Grey.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Grey maybe even a step down. That's a personal thing. I think Jennifer Grey is like insanely.
Dude, I would find it hard to I'd put Demi Moore against anybody else. And for like a decade, 2 decades, maybe. Because like even like
she walked so Megan Fox could run.
Bro.
Blaine.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Every once in a while, Blaine, you really hit us with a damn gem.
Yeah.
And I'm glad something gets thrown from that bottom right corner and it lands. That's one right there, man. Jesus Christ. She is the 80s Megan Fox without a doubt. And transition into 90s
with acting chops and like everything else, man. Like beyond the fact that she's incredibly beautiful, but like her acting abilities and her ability to just command a performance, dude. Fucking like say what you want about it, like G.I. Jane, go back and watch it. It's a goddamn great movie.
So good.
Great movie. And the whole idea of like stripping away like this idea of beauty that surrounded her, and she having her still come in there and just kick everybody's ass continuously. It blows my mind. It really does.
Yeah, I'm with you. Susanna Hoffs, I just have to put an honorable mention in there for hot 80s chicks. But anyway, so then we have Kevin in the apartment with I'm losing I'm losing blood flow up here. I gotta move on. So then we get this story that Andrew McCarthy tells Leslie, which is I just have to kind of go through it because it just bothered the fuck out of me. He says that because she asked him if he was ever in love, and he says, when I was in junior high, I played bongos in a band. Okay. And while I was in said band in junior high playing bongos,
had to have been in the 70s.
Yeah, and he's also 13.
Different time. Yeah,
he's 13. He's playing bongos. Falls in love with lead singer. Then he proceeds to say, one day he got high on cheap malt liquor and professed his love to her, and she rejected him. He's 13. What 13-year-old is getting high on cheap malt liquor?
Hey, when did you start drinking?
Well, no, I definitely started drinking. Well, maybe even a little. I might have beat him by a year or two.
All right,
but cool. I'm saying I never. But this is how he's talking about his life. Is like he's a 70-year-old blues musician or jazz musician.
He's a writer though
in Harlem. I know who writers are the most pretentious douchebags of all time.
Yeah, so he's a pretentious douchebag to begin with. He doesn't have a love interest because love sucks. He says it like 400 times in the movie. And it's because he is that pretentious writer that has a crush on somebody who he's pretending to be best friends with, specifically that he can get with them.
And then Kevin goes back to his apartment and he talks to the hooker who becomes basically his confidant, I guess you could say, who is also played by Craig's
$50.
mom. Yeah,
Yes,
Craig's mom from Friday, which is
Craig's mom from Friday.
So Kevin talks to the hooker, which he does periodically. Then we get the scene.
Am I gay? Oh yeah, you gay.
Yeah, you gay.
Yeah.
I thought you was gay, honey.
Yeah. Then we get Alec. Alec rescues Jules from an Arabic gangbang, which is
that was the craziest line.
Yeah, this might be one of the. This is like
she
kind of the most.
She heard them say gangbang in Arabic.
I heard they were gonna gangbang.
So how does she know what the Arabic word is for gangbang?
Well, to be fair, I mean, she does seem like the type
cocaine
that would be
gangbang.
Yeah, she knows those 3 words. Like,
true.
Like she probably doesn't need a whole lot of other words in Arabic. And this also doesn't feel like it's her first time. Like, how do you just wind up in a hotel room
you
with
don't.
Arabic?
You don't.
You know, Saudi Arabians and and just doing blow with them. This is what got Nicole Brown Simpson killed. If we, want to go back in time a little bit, OJ didn't just do this out of the blue.
So what do you mean? He didn't do anything.
Didn't fit.
Well, I just want to let that be known that
you're crazy.
She may not have been the angel that we all, Ron Goldman, I'd say angel. He didn't seem to do anything wrong. Wrong place, wrong time. Nicole Brown Simpson, some skeletons in the closet.
You're saying she's got some Arabic gangbang skeletons in the
ground, maybe?
That's what I've always heard. So then we get Billy has dinner at Wendy's family's house. Wendy gets pissed off at him because he's
the way
an
he
asshole.
Talks to them. Like, what kind of family just lets that happen and doesn't say, get the fuck out of my house?
The mom. The mom is one of my favorite characters in the movie.
Prison,
by the way.
Yeah.
The mom who whispers everything that she shouldn't say. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. It's what's her name? Is it what's her name? Van Patten? Joyce Van Patten, isn't it?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancer.
So so then we get a great scene. I'm just gonna go ahead and not necessarily spoil it, but it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. We get the Halloween party at St. Elmo's. So everybody comes together for a Halloween party. Billy the kid wailing on the sax. Just absolutely wailing. But party's going, smoothly. Everybody's having a grand old time. Enter Billy's wife with another man. Billy's wife's cheating. Everybody hates Billy's wife now, except Billy's been doing this shit the whole time. Suddenly Billy's wife is this horrible person. Her name's Felicia, by the way, which I don't know if they mention it, but I did see it in the cast thing. But then we get the little fight. Billy makes up with his wife out in the parking lot.
So weird.
Summary of the movie. I mean, it's a
to show that Billy is a piece of shit.
Oh yeah,
and that their relationship is just horrible, and that kid is gonna. It's a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, he's gone off to New York, so she's gonna get back together with the dude who's gonna take care of her and support her and the kid, and then she's got this shit figured out.
Yeah. So then we get Leslie and Wendy give an intervention to Jules because she's fucking her boss, which I guess is just some egregious thing to do, even though they're all fucking around on people. I mean,
correct.
It's not like Jules is married or anything. Why aren't you're not giving an intervention to Billy? Yeah, but so what? Who cares if the boss is married? You're not friends with him.
It's different though. It's different whenever all the guys do it because it's accepted. It's the 80s. It's
1985. Right. Yeah. So then we get Kirby. This is when an arc of this movie begins that is
super weird.
It's my favorite arc.
Yeah. So Kirby begins to stalk Dale Biberman. Throughout this movie, anytime they show Kirby's storyline with Dale Biberman, if you add 9 Inch Nails music over it, you're in a David Fincher movie.
Oh, 100%.
This is so disturbing.
Yes.
So in the 80s, was this, did people think this was just kind of, not that they thought it was cool to stalk people, but like when this movie came out, or even if you just watched it a couple of years after, was that like a problem thing watching it, or were people just like, eh?
Definitely not a problem thing. It was.
Yeah, you couldn't blow them up with a million texts and 550 phone calls and FaceTimes to annoy
Well,
them. You could just
no,
go
I
to their
just mean
house
like
showing up outside their house
and
No,
look
I
through
just
their
mean like
window at them.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying audiences watching it are audiences thinking like, wow, this is creepy as shit, or is it
No.
like a quirky, like, oh, he's just trying to get her,
That's
good
it.
for Kirby.
He's persistent.
Right.
He's persistent, and look, a lot of times the persistent guy ends up with the woman, and it was there's a thing that I watched about something like very similar to that earlier today, and it talks specifically about this idea of, if you just keep going long enough, you'll wear them down until they eventually say yes, and that's 100% what he was doing. Super crazy, super psychopathic, super stalkerish.
Yeah.
How did her boyfriend not do anything? Like, he was just so cool with everything that he let happen.
I think he just knows that this guy's a non-issue.
Right.
Like, the guy seems very confident in himself.
But is he not a non-issue? Because
Well,
whenever he goes into the house to get the camera, he sits, Kirby plants a big one on her, and
bro, I love that scene.
Like,
I threw my hands up.
There's a moment where she's like, of course,
Blaine, you're part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
I'm a Kerbo fan.
There's a moment where she is like, "Oh, am I missing out on something here?"
Right.
And
and then he left smiling.
That's the problem. Like, that's that whole arc of everything. Yes, his actions. Yes, of course, awful every step of the way. But she allows all this to happen.
Yeah,
because it's just something. Again, and I hate saying the 80s were a different time, but the 80s were a different time.
Yeah.
And those things were they were way more acceptable back then than
when did you stop
recognized
doing
as being
things like
awful
that?
now. Oh, I never did anything like that. That's insane. I don't have that mentality. I'm not that crazy person.
I mean, it's just, I mean, it's so, but I remember, again, this is like a thing watching it like in high school. I don't remember that whole thing I remember it being like kind of weird. I'm like, God damn, he's going through a lot to get this girl. But I didn't really think about it as being just like creepy and like he's like a legitimate stalker. I mean, he sniffs her pillow like in the apartment.
So weird. And then the roommate sees
it. Yeah.
Well, he also comes back later and threatens to kill the roommate if she doesn't tell him where Dale
she
Lieberman is.
Yes, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it is
crazy.
It's
throw some music on it.
Yeah, you put happy, fun music, and it's Emilio Estevez, who's unassuming, he's like kind of like a little, like a little nice guy, doe-eyed fella.
Yeah.
But if Rob Lowe if Judd Nelson's
such a nice guy.
If Judd Nelson's playing this character, or his brother, if Charlie Sheen is playing this character, different story.
The best description of that is for 3/4 of the movie, you have Emilio Estevez playing Charlie Sheen. Because it's true.
Yeah. Well, you also have Rob Lowe playing Charlie Sheen too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that Emilio's character was Martin Sheen's character from Apocalypse Now. If he didn't go to war, he went to college and graduated.
Okay. Yeah.
This is how he would act. Or maybe he just got back. And this is how he is in the States after his 4 years in Vietnam.
Dale Lieberman is his Colonel Kurtz.
That is such a weird fucking comparison to make. I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, the whole journey is
a weird analogy.
Get Colonel Kurtz.
Yep.
Dale Lieberman is his Colonel Kurtz.
He finally gets there.
And he finally does it. He gets the kiss, and then Willard
realizes that it's not always about that. Like, it's about him.
He was either going to kiss her or kill her in that moment. When he dipped her. I was like, the knife at the throat, or is he going to kiss her?
Yeah. Now imagine if Willard would have kissed Brando, and if Kirby would have hacked Dale Lieberman to death.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So, good Lord, this is really going off the rails, but I am happy. Billy goes back. So then Billy goes back to his old frat because he gets the kind of
What a
alumni. He just a
Yeah.
loser.
Oh
yeah,
my
misses
God.
Gotta go
the
back to
glory days.
school.
And
Everyone
he's out
liked you
there and they're fucking
there.
around and he's like, hey, like,
Booga.
do you think you have a spot for me out here? And he's like,
I
yeah,
know.
man, we'd
Can
love
I
to have you
work
back.
here?
You know, it was hard for us to get drugs.
Yes, yeah, we need a guy who can get us some good drugs.
Yeah.
But it is
Yeah.
nice to see. But see, again, this is where like the movie has some redeeming values to it. That like, yeah, you have all this like the people doing horrible shit, but you also do have horrible things happening. I mean, not that this is like a horrible thing, but you have realistic bad things happening back to them. They're not coming out of this completely unscathed. I mean,
Oh no.
they ultimately do, but it's they're not just getting away with it in a sense. Like
Correct.
he has the realization that, oh wow, I am a loser. Like
Yeah, there are repercussions.
yeah, there are repercussions, and
None
like
of them wanted to grow up.
yes, it's Peter
Maybe
Pan
maybe
syndrome.
Judd Nelson's character. I feel like he wanted to adult a little bit.
He
after
wanted
the
to
cheating
give
and all
off.
that, but
Judd
wanted to
Nelson's character is doing the shit where like he wants to be able to present
pretend.
himself as being
Yeah.
grown up by being married.
Correct.
He doesn't actually care about being married. He wants to be
Right.
able to tell people that he's married because it's
That
going to
he's married.
advance his career.
That is
Right.
correct.
If I'm a married man, that means I have responsibility. The more responsible that I can prove, like I can immediately prove to people I'm responsible. Look at my
Right.
wedding band,
Yep.
and then I can advance in my career because who wouldn't hire? You're way more likely to hire a married man than a bachelor.
Right.
Correct.
So none of them are doing. Everything is done out of selfish reasons.
Mm.
This is
Everything.
the most selfish movie probably ever made. Yeah. So then we get Kirby's party at Mr. Kim's house.
Oh,
Where he's throwing the
so
party for
weird.
Dale Bieberman.
So
Um,
Billy threw a party there first, or was just in the tub there first?
He was just in the. He was working for him because
and that's how Kirby gets his job there. Like he's like, oh,
That is
I can
correct.
call him now and watch his house.
Alec gets him the job because Alec gets Billy the job.
Alec
Billy fucks it up by
How
banging
does-
his wife.
How does he still trust Alec at this point?
Oh,
Who?
because his friends are just absolute degenerates.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He
Yeah,
makes bad
no.
decisions too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Go
they're having
Billy,
the
though.
party. This is where Alec tells everyone that he and Leslie are getting married. They aren't.
Yes.
Which is just a wild move. Just be like, I'll just say it's
In
true.
front of everybody.
Like you
Now she's
basically,
gonna marry me.
yeah. Now you're forcing her to make a
Mhm.
decision. Like
Oh,
you can't
and
sit
she
back
does.
and wait. Yeah,
No,
she does. She confronts him about cheating, and also she really throws Kevin under the bus. Not by doing anything, it's by not doing something.
Well, she made up for the slap.
Well, I know, but no. I mean, like she doesn't. Well, yeah, true. Yeah, she fucks him in the shower, but
Yeah.
she
And on the
doesn't-
floor, and on the couch, and in the bed, and
Yeah.
like 8 other places.
on top of a casket.
Everywhere. Like they
Which
went
is
everywhere.
Great
Yeah.
place.
It just kept going.
Yeah, it's whenever Alec confronts her about it, they're confronting each other,
Mhm.
and Alec is like, "What did he tell you?" She just goes, "Nothing." Like,
Yeah.
she's very like she is not trying to convince him that
Mhm.
Kevin didn't tell her. So she really is kind of throwing Kevin under the bus.
I
She
think
could have
it's
done a
just
better
so
job.
he
Like he didn't
will-
say anything. Like
Yeah, it's just so he will fess up to it. And then once he finally does, and he's like, what did Kevin tell you? And then
Now I know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
so that happens. Then now we get Kirby goes to Dale's apartment, gives the death threat to the roommate. We get Joel. This is a rough fucking scene. This is a scene that is aged like a glass of milk, which it probably wasn't great then either. But Jules drives Billy home,
Oh yeah.
and Billy basically tries to rape her.
Oh yeah. Won't take
Um,
no for an answer. Takes the
will
keys,
not-
sticks them in his
Finally
shorts.
did, which thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really only after
It's left in the middle of the road, finally.
Well, she still has to
Or they're
stick
in
her
front
hand
of-
down his pants. They're in front
They're
of
in
his
front of
house.
his house, yeah.
They're in his driveway, but still, like
With his
she's
wife and his kid in
watching.
the house.
Admittedly,
Not just
she
in the
puts
house.
on the fact that she does want to sleep with him, I'm pretty sure. Like she gives that innuendo, but then when she asks him to stop, he doesn't stop.
I don't think she gives that
No,
impression
I think
whatsoever.
I think the impression that she is giving is that she needs somebody.
That she needs
somebody
help.
to she needs help. She needs
Like,
somebody to talk to.
yeah, she needs somebody whose life is also falling apart. And like, I need to confide in you that my life
Yeah.
is falling apart and I'm in over my head. I'm in, quicksand replacements. Like, things are getting bad. Your life's getting bad, and we're friends and we're both fuck ups. Like, we could just stay up all night and talk and like talk this thing through, and maybe I'll feel better. He takes that as, oh, you want to, give me a blow.
Oh, you want to smash around? Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, she could not be more clear about the fact that she doesn't want to. And
again,
I mean, she does,
and again,
they do
and
kiss, and the kissing is,
that's what I was
seems
talking
consensual at first. So I do see what you're talking about, Blaine. Like she's not like pushing him off. Like, what the fuck? Like, the kissing seems
and
right.
then she realized, she starts crying, and I get it. Like, she starts thinking about all these things, and now she wants someone to talk to, and he's more interested in her body. And that's because he thinks that's all she cares about. He thinks she's a dumb blonde that does drugs and likes to sleep around and doesn't care about feelings.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to talk about her feelings. Like, why are you talking?
Quacks like a duck.
Facts. He was probably confused.
Well,
super.
I mean, after the third no, confusion's out the window.
Yeah,
you should not be confused.
He's just a piece of shit at this point.
He's just a piece of shit. He's a loser.
And wife looking through the window.
Yeah.
Well, not just looking through the window. The wife is standing in the doorway by the time the thing's all done, holding their baby. And then he's like forcing her head down, like as a joke, like forcing, the joke we've all done, to our buddies, where you're forcing their head down on your erect penis. It's just a fucking, it was a tough scene to watch. I was like,
tough scene.
Good Lord. Another scene I do not remember happening in this movie. So then what do we got after that? Okay, so this is whenever Kirby really hits rock bottom, and then Kirby hears that she went skiing instead of going to the party that he threw for her at Mr. Kim's house. And he decides to drive all the way up to her cabin in the snowy mountain.
Yep.
And confront her
in Mayor's new car.
Yes, gets it stuck in the snow. And this is full on, I've lost it. This is Rebecca Schaefer moment coming.
That cabin down.
Oh yeah.
I really thought he was going to do some shit to end his life or their life. It was going to end right there. It didn't.
Yeah. No, if this would have been directed by a different person, that scene
completely different story.
Differently. That scene ends what you're saying, Blaine. That ends with a murder suicide.
Yeah. I think though that this is probably how like a realistic version of that scene would end. Every situation in this movie is a realistic version, a non-movie version of what each one of those things would end up playing themselves out as.
Yeah, without a doubt. Then we get Leslie goes to Kevin's apartment. They do a bunch of sucking and fucking. Alec comes in and finds her. Yeah, he can't be mad. He's been cheating on her. But bro code comes into play.
Bro code.
And it's all that.
Yeah, and
now
Kevin has zero bro code.
Kevin is not a bro whatsoever. Kevin's a douche.
He's a sycophant.
Jack Kerouac.
Yes, that's correct.
So then we get Jules reaching her breaking point, and this is like the iconic moment of this movie. Is Jules sitting in fetal position in the apartment? Everything's gone, windows open.
I didn't think she'd be in the fetal position when it finally revealed her.
Trying to freeze herself to death is
weird.
I'm going to freeze myself to death, and which will take about 14 to 18 hours. Plenty of time for my friends to be like, where the hell's Jules? So then Billy comes in and finally gives her the heart-to-heart talk that she needed. But in true Billy fashion, he does it when she's basically attempting to take her own life.
Correct.
Instead of doing it like earlier when it could have actually been even better.
Now he's trying to play the hero.
Hey, she's laughing.
Yeah. Now he's trying to play the hero. But he did manage to not try to simulate fellatio with her. So
that's good.
It's a Billy victory.
It's a step in the right direction. He has a job that he's going to that they steal a cut and torch from, apparently.
Yeah, all of that was so like nonsensical for this mission. Like,
super weird.
Kick the
very
fucking
weird, Blaine.
door in.
Yeah.
That had to have just been like, we need filler. This makes sense. There's bars on the outside.
It's the 80s, Blaine. Yeah. There's a lot of that kind of shit
it's a
in
movie.
80s movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get Wendy gets her own place. Her and Billy finally fuck. She's not a virgin anymore. Most likely, probably also
so weird too.
Yeah.
You think she was a virgin?
Yes. Oh, without a doubt.
She says that.
She says it multiple times.
Well, I'm sure she wasn't lying about it. I mean, that's not.
She was
in the 80s. It wasn't a cool thing to admit in college.
Yeah.
She's saving herself for Billy, and so her and Billy finally fuck. Billy most likely gives her arguably the worst case of AIDS in human history. I mean, this is full on, because at this point Billy has to have the lowest white blood cell count of all time.
He carries his meds in his sex.
Yeah. His white blood cell count might be double digits.
There you go.
Gives Magic a run for his money.
Yeah. Oh, Magic Johnson is, nothing compared to this. Magic Johnson has a head cold compared to the AIDS that Billy is walking around with.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this is Freddie Mercury mixed with Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
And
at the end. Yeah.
A little bit of Ron in there.
This is Tom Hanks about an hour and 45 minutes into the movie Philadelphia. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So that's what she ends up getting out of all this. And the group meets up one last time and say their farewells. They don't go to St. Elmo's. They go to a different place.
Hooligans.
They're grown up now, guys.
They're grown up. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of kids in there. Like y'all
they're all
kids. Like a bunch of fucking kids.
Fucking 21, 22. It's been 2 months since the last time.
All this has gone on over the course of like a month and a half, maybe.
The entire
movie. We need to go to bed early.
I had to look it up, man, because I was like, does this take place over the course of like a
2
year
years?
and a half? It's less than a year. It's less than a year after they graduate from college that they go through all these trials and tribulations and bullshit and everything else. And then they come to they figured everything out, and they're too old to go to St. Elmo's. And now they're going to go to some 30s, I'm in my 30s bar. What the fuck are you anyway? Yeah.
It's they went from like a TGI Fridays to a Ruth's Chris.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Which, we all have that moment where we go, God, I can't go to that. I have kind of aged out of this place, but it typically happens over about a 6-year period.
It does. It does. And it's there's a couple of super poignant things that happen in that moment, which, we'll get into like the categories about the different lines and everything like that. But there's a super poignant line that takes place right there. And this is the marker for the next stage of what their lives are going to look like.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the movie. I mean, that's what happens in the movie. So there we go. So now let's move on to the segments and wrap this fucker up. So first one, I love that line.
Mm-hmm.
I got Kevin, love, you know what love is? Love is an illusion created by lawyer types like yourself to perpetuate another illusion called marriage, to create the reality of divorce, and then the illusionary need for divorce lawyers. Again, back to the same just bullshit of like, what the fuck? Like,
you just chose that as your favorite line.
I mean, actually,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
No. Favorite line is actually it is another Kevin line, because I actually do kind of like this one, even though it is that same bullshit of people, like the people who are critical of like holidays because it that's Hallmark invents holidays, which is like, go fuck yourself. Holidays are fun. Kevin has the line, marriage is a concept invented by people who were lucky to make it to 20 without being eaten by dinosaurs. Marriage is obsolete. Right. Alex says dinosaurs are obsolete. Marriage is still around. That's my favorite line. I actually do kind of like that line. I like Alex come back to that line, even though Alex is a piece of shit and doesn't care about being married. But yeah. Blaine, what do you got? What's your favorite line of the movie?
I got a couple here. The first one is when Billy's in the car with Wendy and snaps her little thing and goes, "What is this, scuba suit?"
That's good.
Yeah, good line.
I died at that. There's one where Jules is talking to someone and he's like, "You got to throw all that away." And she's like, "What? Waste all this good coke?" And I was like, Jesus Christ. My philosophical one was St. Elmo's fire isn't about youth. It's about the panic that sets in when youth stops protecting you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great line. That's the movie summed up in a nutshell.
100%.
Yeah. Solid.
That made the title make sense.
Oh yeah. My favorite line is from Billy. So you lost your job? I've lost 20 of them since graduation, plus a wife and a kid. And I'm in a new development this morning, a handful of hair that went down the drain. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
You relate to that one, the hair one.
Jesus Christ.
All right, scene stealer. Whose performance is most fun to watch? Who steals the movie? I'm going Rob Lowe.
I put Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Yeah, I think it's just every second is just goddamn. Rob Lowe just is a movie.
He plays a
star.
fucking sax.
That's a big part of it, Blaine. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Tyler, you got somebody different?
Yes, I did. I wanted to go somebody off the beaten path. So I'd like I dislike him, but I also like him. Kirby, Emilio Estevez's character.
Yeah.
He's so witty and funny and such a just a shit heel of a human being.
Yeah.
I like his one-liners that he has throughout the entire thing. But my favorite, the scene stealer, and you're right, I had to look it up. It is definitely Joyce Van Patten.
Yeah.
As the mom. Holy shit, dude. Like
she's great.
So great. God damn, she is a bright, shining example in this movie. It's amazing. It's an amazing role. Such a tiny little piece, but an amazing role.
Yeah. Good. All right. Sales pitch scene. What scene would you show to someone who's never seen the movie to convince them to watch the movie? I got a Halloween party. That whole scene, all the way up to Billy and his wife.
All the way up to the fight. Yep.
I think it's great. I think it adds a lot. You kind of get an idea. It's a great Billy moment. Just Billy being like, I'm going to, beat this guy's ass for banging my wife, he had just made out with Jules. So
correct.
Great. It's just
crazy shit.
I love it. Yeah. Blaine, why don't you go on this?
I kind of built a trailer. I started at like the first scene where they're all sitting in the bar laughing and talking to each other. And then I cut to Jules crying in the fetal position. And the window and the drapes coming through and everyone trying to get her out of the room. And then it ends with Billy busting through the door, and I make it a super dark trailer. And then everyone goes in and it's a lighthearted movie about us.
Yeah. There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
Mine is not in trailer format. Mine is just the beginning of what you're seeing is Blaine, which is that first scene in St. Elmo's, whenever it starts with them walking in with Billy telling the story, him sitting down, and then Emilio Estevez coming around talking to Wally. He's like, what are you gonna do? Fire me? And then the whole setup of them coming back around, serving everybody beer. They continue telling the story, and you get to see all the characters one at a time. Like, it's a really, really good introduction to what you think is going to be some very likable people.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Are we sure this person is acting? Person who feels most like the character they're playing. I'm going to be more. I mean, she was a fucking cokehead, and she's playing a cokehead. I think, that, good Lord, that how much more similar can you get?
But we've established she's a badass actress too. So
yes, true. But I think she is, I think there's a lot of Demi Moore in Jules.
No, I agree.
1985 to me, obviously.
True.
Blaine.
I put Andrew McCarthy because after watching Bratz, I was thinking that he's the same person in real life. He wasn't acting. He was just talking the whole time, which made it feel more real.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yep.
Tyler.
Ron.
Ron.
He was not acting, guys.
No, dude, what are you talking about?
What if he was acting?
What
if it was an act? What if he's a straight heterosexual male?
Look him up.
I don't want to. I don't want to see what website comes up.
Look him up.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yeah, that's good. Ron.
Definitely not an act.
Yeah. I don't need ads on my phone.
All right, smoke. Yeah, God. All right, smoke break moment. Best scene to go outside and have a smoke break. I'm going
rape scene.
I hate to say it. Well, I think that the rape scene is important to the movie. I think
I get it, but
I'm with it. I'm going anytime Andrew McCarthy's talking to the prostitute.
Oh,
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
It don't make it. It doesn't. It just
do
leads into the fact
anything
that
to
he
the
might be
movie.
gay.
Yeah, which that doesn't even matter. That of that stuff. Honestly, you could almost damn near take out Andrew McCarthy from this whole, except for the fact with like the love triangle. But
correct.
Bring him
any
in
of his other
that
shit
scene at the party.
For me, it's Jules at work. It's Wendy at work. I don't give a fuck.
Wendy at work is a horrible scene.
Horrible
Billy
scene
coming in and like,
dude. And you want to talk about like, there's so much. This movie is filled to the brim with sexism and racism and it just homophobia. Like it's like there's so much of that. It's so prevalent.
What's racist in St. Elmo's Fire?
I have a question before you answer that.
Okay.
Because it leads to that. Were there any black actors in the movie?
There is the hooker. What are you talking about?
Okay, the one hooker.
Yes. Yeah.
You make it a super negative.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's fair.
Okay. There's that.
I kind of forgot. I wasn't really thinking to that, but yeah.
That's not cool.
But that's it.
Okay. Good.
There works. Good. I could do without it. Don't give a shit.
Makes sense.
Blaine, did you? Yeah, Blaine. You said the rape scene. Yeah.
I just said it out loud. That's what I picked. I put Kevin pressuring Leslie to. No. Hold on. I put 2 down. I didn't decide.
You decided.
No, it's the rape scene. Take that out.
All right. Maximum Overdrive. Entire soundtrack of the movie has to be songs from one band or artist. Who do you pick? I go 80s Billy Joel.
Okay. Yeah.
80s Billy Joel is a bunch of meaningless. I mean, it's a guy who used to have some of the most like just beautiful, incredible songwriting abilities, incredible lyricism. And then in the 80s, he started banging what's her name? Come on. I'm talking about Tyler.
Nope.
Model. Holy fuck. In the red car in National Lampoon's Vacation. Christy Brinkley.
Oh yeah, Brinkley.
He starts banging Christy Brinkley. Poetry Gone. I'm singing Uptown Girl, Keeping the Faith, Longest Time, all these just horrible, just brain mush. So 80s Billy Joel symbolizes the movie pretty perfectly. Tyler, go ahead.
So I went against the grain on this category, and I wasn't going to choose a single band, but I was going to go with a single genre. And can we do every song as a saxophone song?
Oh, that's good.
Can we just do saxophone like crazy?
Baker Street.
Baker
Street
music.
by Jerry Rafferty.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I can see
have a Careless Whisper.
Let's
That's good.
Do it.
I'm in that. Blaine, what do you and then the best moment, Modern Makeover.
Here we go.
So we're remaking the movie for 2026. So let's do Kirby first. Blaine, who are you drafting?
Have any of you seen that new comedy movie on it? His name is Tom Blythe. He plays Billy the Kid in the new Billy the Kid.
Oh, okay.
I know who you're talking about.
I know you're talking about, but I did not know the name or anything.
Didn't know
he's a comedian in this new movie that I saw on Netflix last week. It's a rom-com, but he does a great job.
Yeah,
and
that's interesting that you picked a guy that's playing Billy the Kid because he's replacing an actor who played Billy the Kid.
Right.
So,
yeah.
All right, Tyler, who you got for Kirby?
Timothy Chalamet.
I'm going Ty Sheridan.
I wrote him down too.
Yeah, Ty Sheridan for Kirby.
Okay.
I think has the kind of like helpless, kind of. See, I don't know. I could see it. So then I'll do Kevin. For Kevin, I have Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
Because Timothy Chalamet seems like a pretentious douche.
That's who I picked.
And
listen, Timothy Chalamet, he's got that ability to be able to. Have you guys seen Marty Supreme yet?
No, I just don't.
Holy shit! Oh no, dude.
He plays Timothy Chalamet for 3 hours.
I had no interest in watching the movie before, and then I just sat down and I went and watched it, and I don't know. I'm a huge Safdie's fan, and so I know Uncut Gems is like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
and
Josh
so
Safdie is a piece.
You didn't hear about the girl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
I know,
aware.
but also, I mean, I love Roman Polanski's movies, so who gives a fuck? Like, I have no one to pick. I said
we can
free
talk
R.
about the
Kelly
art versus the artist.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but yeah, I was, and that's the reason why I had him as the Kirby character.
He could have played Billy too.
He could have. He absolutely he could. Yep,
he could absolutely have
and
played.
So then Blaine, who you got for Kevin?
Jeremy Allen White.
Okay. That's good. That's good, Kevin.
Yeah,
that's perfect. He's a douche, a prodigious douche as well. So there you go.
My Kevin is Jesse Plemons.
Good.
Okay,
it's good, Kevin. Yeah.
It's like
all right. Now Blaine, do Alec.
My pick is Joe Keery.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Can I'll tell y'all my second and third after y'all.
No, okay, after.
Yeah.
You little.
But I had so many for that.
Okay. All right, Tyler.
My Alec is Theo James.
Okay,
that's a good one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going Cooper Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son from The Long Walk. Incredible actor.
Incredible. Yeah.
That was a great
age appropriate,
amazing movie.
Loved it.
I cried like a bitch.
Yeah,
man,
incredible. All right, and then now we'll do Leslie. All right, so for Leslie, I got Maude Apatow.
Okay.
Yeah. Tyler, who you got for Leslie?
Zendaya.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, Blaine. Who you got for Leslie?
Daisy Edgar Jones.
Also very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus. These are good.
Yeah, man.
All right. Blaine, Wendy.
Elle Fanning.
Oh shit.
That's a piece of shit.
Oh, is that yours?
No, it isn't. But that is just that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
But that's all right, Tyler.
Mine is Caitlin Deaver.
Who's that?
She is in Last of Us. She plays what's her name? The
bad girl that comes in and sees
yeah. Oh man, yeah.
That's good.
She plays that she's so good. God damn, she's good.
I got Maya Hawke.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now Billy, I'll go I think this is
don't take mine.
This is a fucking easy fastball down the middle. Dacre Montgomery.
Fuck.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
I mean, just couldn't
Son
be.
Of a bitch.
Couldn't be.
Fuck you.
But I mean, couldn't be an easier.
It's literally Billy from Stranger Things. They robbed.
I mean, the whole character.
Yes, it's built after that character.
I know. All right. Fuck you.
Okay, Tyler.
Mine, I went in a different direction. I went Jacob Elordi as Billy. He's got that energy that like he could play a real fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
I'm throwing Timothy Chalamet in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chalamet's a good one for Billy.
Chalamet's my pick. Fuck you.
That's a good pick. I mean, still, but yeah, I'm so.
That might have been the first name I wrote on my paper watching the movie. I wrote Dacre.
It's the most obvious one. As soon as you see him, you're like, Billy. There he is. All right, and then Blaine, you start for this one. This last one, Jules.
Kaylee Spaney.
Who's that?
She is in Romulus, the Alien movie. She's in Civil War.
Yeah, okay, I know.
I think Tyler picked her for a person in our last.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah. All right, that's a good pick, Blaine. All right, Tyler.
I went Sydney Sweeney.
That was my second pick.
Is it an easy one? Yeah.
Like, it's just, oh man, she would fucking nail that so hard. Oh my god,
that role was meant for Sydney Sweeney in 2026.
That's all I could think of the whole way through.
That's a good one.
I watch every movie now with this category in mind of who would I like, who can I see in that person? Yeah,
I know.
Absolutely.
All right, and I got Florence Pugh.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah,
Love
perfect.
It.
Yeah.
Midsummer, her breaking down. All right, cinematic universe. Should this movie have a spin-off film or TV series or prequel, sequel? Who gives a fuck? But something like that.
St. Elmo's water.
St. Elmo's earth and St. Elmo's wind.
Yeah.
I actually think it already. I mean, it already does because Blaine, you mentioned this at the very beginning. Friends and How Much Your Mother. All this
shit has tons of spinoffs.
I think a Netflix. I think a HBO like.
They're making another one, guys.
I know. Which will.
They're making St. Elmo's Fire 2.
Yes.
So are they making it?
Maybe. Well,
Rob Lowe says.
Rob Lowe has mentioned it, but he's mentioned it a bunch of times.
Well, Rob Lowe said that there's a script and the script is good. Is basically which. I mean, you can find a script. I mean, scripts get written all the time that never turn into fucking anything. But at one point, I believe it was in 2019. I believe it was in 2019. It was like on its way to being made. Like it was like a legit in the works thing.
Yep.
And then COVID,
Would they just call it St. Elmo's Fire 2?
Yes, that was, I believe, what the plan was to call it St. Elmo's Fire 2, which I think.
What was the second bar's name, though? Wouldn't that be a cool title?
St. Elmo's Fire 2 actually is a good bar name.
Houlihan's.
Yeah, I think that doing it that way sucks. I think just remaking it for like basically what we just did, but do like a dark HBO, almost like Euphoria, but like with young adults works.
Well, that's 100%. The only way you're going to appeal to an audience of today because everything is dark and gritty and drugs and fentanyl and everything kills you.
Jules being hooked on fentanyl actually is fucking perfect.
Oh Does Jules in Euphoria literally mimic Jules from St. Elmo's Fire?
It's the same. Yeah,
it's the same character.
That's
name and all.
Good. Yeah. All right, last thing. Rank it out of 10. So, what did we give this movie out of 10? Blaine, you never saw this movie until today. What do you give it?
5.5.
Okay. 5.5.
5.5.
Yep. Good.
6.
I also gave it a 6. This might be the lowest ranked movie that we ever do for me. Because I tend to give movies.
It wasn't bad. Like I watched it. It was all right.
Yeah.
And look, and I think that's the thing is that again, it's a time capsule. It is something that, if it was made today, obviously it would be completely different than the way that this movie is made. The dialogue is a little stilted. It's not a bad movie. It is a collection though of some of the, at the time, the hottest actors that existed on the planet. And they put them all inside of the same movie. So, I mean, it's the
Brat Pack.
It's a banger from that point. Yeah. It's the Brat Pack.
I mean, this movie is, typically people look at Heathers as being the movie that ended the 80s teen comedy.
Sure.
To me, this is the movie that ends it. I know there are movies that come out after, but none of them are nearly as good. I mean, Ferris Bueller, I believe, is the next year. I think Ferris Bueller is 86, but it's not even, it's adjacent to this.
Pretty none of those any good?
Is what? Pretty in Pink?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's all right.
I mean, I say it's good. It's another movie that I haven't seen in a decade. So if I
watched Pretty in Pink not that long ago, it has one of the most annoying characters in movie history. John Cryer is Ducky. It might be the most annoying character I've ever seen.
Literally looks like a duck.
Yep.
Well,
it's a perfect name. But
I'm not a huge John Cryer fan myself, but
no, me either. But so like I don't consider Ferris Bueller. I mean, and Ferris Bueller to me is adjacent. There's no Brat Pack connection to Ferris Bueller as far as I'm concerned, other than John Hughes making John Hughes. And then you have like Some Kind of Wonderful. Like there's other 80s movies. I think Weird Science maybe was after this.
Oh man,
Weird Science might have been before.
I think it was after. I think it was after. I love Weird Science.
I do too. So there are still some of those movies coming out, but they don't. None of them are nearly as good as Breakfast Club or 16 Candles, which I think are that's like the top of the line as far as that goes. And to me, this movie shouldn't have came out when it came out. Should have been made, I think, 5 years later. Should have been made at the end of the 80s. Like when the times were actually happening and then you could have like had the 90s coming in and having these people adjust to the changes of the 80s to 90s. I think would have made it so much better. It would have made more sense for the characters, you know, to see these actors going from high school kids to seniors, and it would have been a fucking awesome little like Brat Pack reunion.
Yep.
Obviously, by then, none of them wanted any association with each other, so it wouldn't have happened. But I think that is the only way that this movie turns into like an 8 or 9 score.
Oh yeah. Well, and not only that, but it would also be different actors in these roles, because at that particular point in time, like it would definitely been like a Robert Downey Jr. and it definitely would have been like there would have been some at that time higher profile names attached to it. So.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Charlie Sheen would have been in it too. I mean, because it would have been right after like Wall Street, where he had, you know, and Platoon. So it would have been, like right around after both of those. So yeah, I think that's the only way the movie becomes like lives up to the potential that it probably could have had. Otherwise, it's just it's okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend this movie that much. I mean, unless you hadn't seen it. I thought
unless you like saxophone and sniffing pillows.
If you like saxophone and sniffing pillows like Blaine, which is why it's the perfect movie for you, Blaine.
It is. Should have gave it a higher rating.
But look,
for those two scenes.
I think though you're right, Cody, in that if it's a movie from a nostalgia standpoint where you're like, oh shit, I remember liking that movie. And then you go back and you watch it and you're like, I don't know if I like that movie.
Yep. I've never had time change the way I felt about a movie more than this movie.
Yep. I agree.
Without a doubt. I mean, there have been plenty of movies that I've had 10, 15-year gaps in between seeing. And for the most part, I feel basically the same about them. There's obviously certain things that maybe I relate to differently as, you know, a 30-year-old versus a 16-year-old. This movie, I just think is drastically worse.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah. Well, anybody got anything else they want to add? Any final thoughts? Or are we all good?
John Hughes makes a way better version of what this movie is.
What was that movie called again?
Which movie?
The John Hughes movie.
Oh, there's a
if he makes a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but y'all said that there was a movie that came out like a few 2 years before this one.
The Big Chill. Is that what? Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Was Lawrence Kasdan, who actually
watch that. Like it's a.
Well, we're going to be doing that pretty somewhat soon.
That's a movie that'll fuck you up too, man.
Oh, man, it's such a good one. But
yeah,
we're doing 8mm next.
No, we're not. I don't know if we're doing that next. We'll. I got a little thing. We're
put it on the
figure
list.
it out. Don't worry, it's coming. But yeah.
Yay!
Thank y'all. This was a good time. I had a great time talking about a movie that's pretty mediocre.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Mediocre movie.
Well, until next week. Goodbye.